You like history? Check this out. That's cool, right? We are starting off the final episode of the Year of Adventure series, episode number 12, with Crown Point, New York. This is a Crown Point base up in the southern part of Lake Champlain. This was a fortress built somewhere around the time of the War of 1812 when the British tried to reinvade the United States after we repelled them in the War of 1776, where we claimed independence. I guess you call it the Revolutionary War. This fort was built during that time to hold off a British invasion. Looks awesome, doesn't it? Wow, dude, this is great. I wanted to start the video right there. We got a ton of stuff to do in this final episode of the Year of Adventure series. I'm so excited to share all of it with you. Let's not even delay anymore. Let's just get started. All right, so check this out. We're about to check off a travel bucket list item for me. By the way, there's a ton of snow here. This is the same day that you saw the first video clip. I just drove up the mountain to Lake Placid, New York. This is the lake where they filmed a movie called Lake Placid about a giant Deinosuchus-sized crocodile that killed people, and it lived in this lake and it munched on people. It's a crazy story, totally unrealistic because of the snow and how cold it gets here in the winter. But when I was a little kid, I watched this movie and it scared me half to death. So technically right now, I think we're trespassing. I can't be positive, but there's so much snow here. So I went through the woods just so I didn't cross anybody's property, hopefully. And I don't recommend this all the time, but I had to see this place. It's incredible. It's so beautiful. So many beautiful homes. No crocodiles. Much obliged. Oh, okay. All right, dude. So I thought I was going to start this video out as like a travel montage where you're going to see me in Arizona, going to a business event, and then go to Florida and do all this stuff. But just when you think you've seen it all, check these out. This is an Olympic jump center. I'm in Lake Placid right now. I just showed you, but I was just driving out and I see this freaking place. There's like 300 feet of jump right there. So I had to go see it. So, and I also haven't run through the snow barefoot yet. So I put on some socks just to hopefully be able to make it that far. And this wasn't how I was planning on this thing going, but we're gonna go check it out. Here it is. Oh my God. It's massive. Okay, as cool as these things are, and the idea that I could probably go up to the top of one of them sounds amazing, but I'm still in my socks and they're soaked right now. So I'm getting really cold. The problem with cold weather training like that is often not how far you can go, but how far you can go and still get back without getting frostbite, and that's a delicate art. Plus these socks have holes in the heels on purpose, so I thought they'd be the perfect ones. But I'm getting freezing right now. And I got probably just like a quarter mile, maybe, like a little over a quarter mile, maybe, get back to the car. So I'm gonna start doing that, make sure I don't get frostbite. Then maybe we'll be off to the next. So I pushed myself a little far for this first barefoot trek into the winter. And there was a trail I took way over this way, way over that way. But since my feet are freezing, I'm taking a little bit of a risk and trying to navigate through the woods here to make my way back. And it is thick here in the New York forest. So hopefully this gamble pays off. I made it back to the car. Whew. Oh, so this is a good lesson. I'm gonna stand out here barefoot for just a little bit longer. In life, there are often scenarios you find yourself in where you think you've given a lot, that you pushed about as far as you can. I'm actually gonna stand in the snow a little bit longer because I know I can do it. I just ran over here to these things up here and it was cold. My feet are red, as you can tell, and it's starting to hurt. But I thought I was kind of done for back there in the woods. And it's amazing to see how far you can push yourself if you just go out and do it. Yeah, David Goggins calls it the 40% rule. You can push so far, and then when most people think they've given 100%, they really have about 60% left. So I'm gonna get inside now, but that was a fun run. So part of adventure for this year for me has been traveling to business events just like this at Diamond Day. Laura Catella Georgie hosts this, and she just gave out literal diamonds for the first presentation of the day. It's a business event, very big part of my life. We're gonna explore for the rest of the day. We're down here in Scottsdale, Arizona for the next couple of days. Last time you saw me, we were running barefoot through the snow, so it's so nice to have it warm here. This is Diamond Day. That was day one of Diamond Day. Tomorrow we're headed over to the house. Actually tonight we're headed to a little house party. Got to meet some business icons tonight. It was a special thing, and now I get to sit in the hot tub for a little bit. This is what adventure is all about, man. You get to go meet new people, you get to step outside your comfort zone, and you get to find one day at a time where you belong. It's wonderful. I feel kind of whole after that event, getting around all those people. But let's hop in and see it. So check this out. Right now I'm at my first mansion party. You want to be in a video, bro? Sorry, first mansion video party ever.
Perfect X.
Harrison, right?
Harrison, yeah.
Yeah, this guy spoke on stage today. You were fantastic, by the way, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
First time on stage?
First time on stage.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well done.
There we go.
But check, I want to give you guys a tour real quick. So check this out. First real mansion party I've been to. This is like, we got a pool right over here. Check out the view. This is Scottsdale, Arizona, and I've never given the desert so much credit for being beautiful, but I gotta take you inside right now. This is incredible. So this is amazing. And you never know here, you might sit next to somebody that's worth multiple six figures. It's amazing. So check, here's inside. We got the Steelers game playing right over here. Beautiful. don't watch that, Luke. This is awesome. What's up, man? I'll take you back out back real quick, but check this out. The art. We got food, a buffet over here. Oh my god. Can I get that real quick? Let me take you out back now. So, this is part of a group called Copy Accelerator. This is a group of a bunch of copywriters here. And we spend a lot of time like writing offers for promotions. Can I squeeze behind you, Kenny? Behind you? You're looking good as always, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And so, look at this. Look at this. Amazing here. This is part of a group called Copy Accelerator, where a ton of guys, we're like persuasion researchers. We write the promotions for, if you're gonna buy a new supplement, if you're going to buy a new fitness program, the words you read are the words that these copywriters and myself write. This is how I'm able to travel and do a lot of the trips you've already seen in this Year of Adventure series. So amazing. First mansion party, dude. Like, you talk about adventure, this is amazing.
I was filming her food too.
Check this out. Look at these. Oh.
I really want to see it again.
Good morning.
I
set that way higher that time.
That was so strong. Check it out. We're hanging out at a mansion here in Scottsdale today. Check out this view. Check out the view. So we're going to a business kind of socialization event. We're part of this big business group, me and everybody that you've seen in Scottsdale so far. So let's go inside real quick. I'll show you around. Check out all of this fun we got going on. All the people, all this beautiful home. This camera.
Hi.
This is incredible, man. So we're gonna be hanging out here probably till 5 o'clock tonight. Spend a lot of time, maybe go in the pool, maybe hike up the mountain, which would be incredible. But beautiful time, beautiful time. It has been a long day here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Final send-off to everybody. Bye, guys. I've made so many friends here, new faces, new awesome people, just wonderful. And then check out the view. And you don't get a view like that many places that you go. So this has been a wonderful night, full of wonderful people. And tomorrow I get to head out and start the next leg of this Year of Adventure. Final flight I had to take before I'm free. Now I get to travel again, and you are going to come with me. Thank you so much. I feel like you're part of this community I've built here. It's exactly why I started the email list. It's exactly why I started this YouTube channel, as a community of people that just take care of each other. It's a wonderful thing. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you back in Burlington, Vermont when we start heading down the coast to Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Today, I say goodbye to a very special spot in my heart. This is Vermont, Burlington, Vermont. It's December right now. Usually doesn't look like this in December in Vermont, but it's kind of like the state's giving me a good little send-off. And this has been a place that's taught me a lot, man. So showed me things, opened my mind, introduced me to beautiful people. And after this long time, I get to say goodbye to it. So here's a thank you and a see you soon to Vermont, and an off to the next adventure. I might have a few for you, so let's go. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was Sam that was telling me about it. But I did tell him.
Here we are, man. We made it. Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Let's go. Let's go. Gosh, I literally drove somewhere between 1,000 and 1,100 miles over the past 4 days coming to this very spot. I'm very excited for it. I've never been really to the eastern wilds before. Vermont was the first time I'd seen forests in the eastern United States, and now I get to go see this place, which is listed as not only a national park, but also a World Heritage Site, just like the Taj Mahal, just like a few other very culturally important places around the world. This place has a massive amount of biodiversity, big hardwood forests that were mostly exterminated when settlers came from Europe back in the early 1500s, 1600s, 1700s. Now here we are getting to see what life was like a few hundred years ago in the eastern United States. Yo, check this out. This looks like a diverted stream, like what you find at basically any old city. But when you walk to the end of it, what you find is actually a grain mill. To be more specific, this was technically a corn mill that they used to grind corn into cornmeal and eventually use that cornmeal and turn it into flour back in the day. And for what the signs say around here, this mill house and little bridge, 200-foot long bridge, is the largest one that was constructed in this part of the country. This was from 1886, and it supplied all the people of the little town of Cherokee that you just saw down the road with their food. That, like, people back in the day used to eat cornmeal 2, sometimes 3 times a day for every meal because it was one of the most ready foods available. So here's how it works. I'll show you in just a sec. I'll just show you. Look carefully. So what we're looking at right here is the mill. This is where the water comes in. This is apparently called the flume. The water comes in here and it goes down into this pillar, which you can see right here, this pillar of water. So this pillar of water puts water pressure down here and turns this turbine, which allows the grain guy and the corn mill guy inside to turn the little millstone turbine and grind corn inside of this thing. ingenious. Like, who thinks of this stuff? Okay, we have to be very quiet. Check this out. This is a special part of the country because it's one of the few places that have Roosevelt elk in it. This is a bull elk right over here. They're usually very friendly creatures. The females are much more dangerous than the males, so I'm not particularly concerned right now. But we're not going to get close because we're not one of the dumb. We don't want to be one of the stories on the news. This is a Roosevelt elk. It's rare to see a bull where I'm from because the forest is so thick. But this is one of the few places in the eastern United States that has elk. And wow, is he beautiful or what? Dude, I just ran into some heartbreaking news. Road closed, ice and snow. So, I don't know hardly anything about Rocky Mountain National Park, but I guess the elevation's high enough up ahead that there's actual sleet and snow, even though I have a very hard time believing it. I'm a little upset, but it seems that there's no through traffic, so that means tomorrow I've got a long drive around the park where I'm gonna hop in on the other side and be able to show you some of what's going on, hopefully in the early morning light. Thanks for seeing the elk with me. I'm happy we came and saw that, but tomorrow we'll see if we can hop in and peek at a little bit more of the scenery. You know what that building is? That building is called a super good backup plan because even though we were locked out of Smoky Mountains National Park due to the rain and snow, it's a rice cake, by the way, super tasty. Which doesn't mean we can't go indulge in the wildlife. This is the Tennessee Aquarium, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Let's go see what's inside. So I'm currently entering the river building of the aquarium and going up the longest escalator known to mankind. Look how long this thing is. I see the light. Oh God. So the animals that we're following here are the animals on the Tennessee River that runs down through this part of the United States. I drove from way up here somewhere, and we're coming down and we're going to see all the animals that live in what's called a special biome on the planet, the Appalachian Cove Forest. Check that out a little bit. So this is what we're gonna see.
Feels weird. Oh my God, this thing is huge. So cute.
Oh, hello. Hello.
This one's really friendly. Oh my God.
Like dogs.
Like dogs.
All right, so today I'm off to do something quite special, visiting the beginning of the end. Back when I hitchhiked across the country, I went to this very spot that I'm gonna take you today, and it was the start of some of the most suffering I'd ever been through. and you're gonna get to see a glimpse of it today. So this is the place. This is the place I hitchhiked back in the day. I walked up this road with my pal Joey when it started raining like crazy. We took cover under this tree right here almost 4 years ago, and we sat right here on the road because there was no one coming. It was the only dry spot, so we sat right here and took cover. This is crazy, dude. Now things get even crazier because after we took cover down the road this way, I came out and I sat on this table right here while Joey went inside to see if he could get us cave tour tickets. We couldn't afford them at the time. Like, I don't even remember how much they were, but we couldn't do it. And it was the moment I decided that I never wanted to feel that broke and helpless again in my life. But I sat right here on this table, same table 4 years ago. Wow. So unlike back in 2018 when I was too broke to afford a cave tour, today I get to go into the caves and I get to right the wrong that happened so long ago when I didn't get to explore the place I wanted to explore, and I get to take you with me. Oh, it's kind of emotional, dude. Really excited. Really?
That's it reactivated like yesterday.
Oh,
So it has a kind of
we're out there, man. What a crazy day this has turned into. These are the train tracks that me and my partner Joey hopped on when we hitchhiked across the country. Right there. And going off that way. Oh my God. You'll have to excuse me, I'm a little emotional, man. We slept on these train tracks that night. We slept down that way just a little bit, right on the side, waiting for a train to go slow enough that we could hop on. I don't even know what to say right now. Oh. When I talk about this trip across the country and hitchhiking that I did back in the day, a lot of people ask me, why? Why did you do what you did, Jake? And retracing my footsteps today has been kind of enlightening because it showed me that it is very rare that you will remember a day of comfort. Most people do not remember the days where they are fat and happy and well fed and sit on the couch and watch X movie and X show. Those are not the memorable days that make life. What makes life memorable, beautiful, fulfilling, heart pounding, blood pumping are the days that hurt a little bit. Are the days where you go through something to accomplish something bigger than what you are today, to become more than you are today. And when I look back at this trip I did across the country, the reason I did it was because I was willing to sacrifice my comfort in order to accomplish something bigger than what I was at the moment. And I did. I accomplished something huge by hitchhiking from this place and still going another 2,000 plus miles back home to my home state of Idaho. I accomplished that. I did that. I accomplished more than I was today. So the days that we remember in life, the reason why we push ourselves outside of our comfort zones is to accomplish more, to be more, to leave an impact on the world that means something to us. So while it wasn't fun being here after walking like 21 miles It wasn't fun not sleeping at all. It wasn't fun riding on a train down to the heart of Alabama. But what was fun was walking back into my hometown of Sandpoint, Idaho, knowing that I did it. Something to think about. What kind of comfort are you willing to sacrifice to accomplish something bigger than what you are? Off to the next spot. I'm coming to you from maybe the strangest, coolest town I've ever been. This is Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Look around. So this is the downtown strip right here. And around here, like the whole town's built like an amusement park. I've never seen more entertainment in one place. We have little ski lifts right here. I've seen like 7 mini golf courses. I played 2 of them. It was really fun. There's so many restaurants. There's hotels everywhere, mansions on the hill, resorts on the hill. This place is totally wild. I've never been anywhere like this. Never even close. I've spent a few hours here in Gatlinburg, Tennessee now, really thinking that I was gonna stay here for the night, relax, but while it's a super fascinating town, what I've realized is I do not want this place to be my home for any period of time, at least right now. And the reason why is because you can find as you go to tourist towns across the country, people have this tendency to be more in a hurry to have fun than they are to do anything else. People are rarely in as much of a hurry to go to work as they are to go out and play mini golf or do the ropes course or have their kids go karting. It's a different level of excitement and feeling in the air. So there's so much more emotions. There's angry people, there's super happy people. And whenever somebody is in your way on the road, cars are honking all the time. So that's been Gatlinburg, Tennessee. The whole town is an amusement park, and it's right next to Great Smoky Mountain National Park as well. This place is very interesting, probably the most fascinating town I've been to on the entire trip so far. That's saying something. I've been to a lot of places. So worth visiting? Yes. Worth staying? Probably not. That's why they call it the Smoky Mountains. I'm finally here in Florida at Fernandina Island. You can see how windy it is outside, but I had to show you. I made it to the ocean, baby. Let's go. It took a long time to get here, a lot of driving. Now things start to get fun. I'll probably be here for a while. A lot more cool stuff to show you. All right, so this is Riviera Beach, Florida. I haven't quite made it to the Keys yet. This is like central southern Florida. What I'm doing here though is that I just found out there is a shipwreck that you can scuba dive or snorkel in and check it out here. So there's a lot of new experiences I've never had before. This is the beach, and I am about to take you, as long as I don't lose the GoPro, down to see maybe a little boat. So this is the get up. I haven't quite figured out how to walk well with flippers on, but as soon as we figure that part out, it's gonna be flawless, I promise. That's one of the most vicious fish in the ocean, and they're just hanging out right next to the beach, which is kind of crazy. We got nothing like that where I'm from, and they're just hanging out. So I don't bite, they don't bite me, I won't bite them, I guess. But this is already incredible. I'm looking far out from the beach. It's right here. Amazing. Out of all the things I've done on this trip across the country, all the places I've been, the beautiful people I've met, this snorkeling, I'm not even scuba diving, this snorkeling here on these little tiny reefs down in Florida has got to be some of the most fun I've maybe ever had in my life. Just some of the most wonder. You're totally out of your element. There's nothing, you know you're not supposed to be there. And yet you're there observing life going on. These massive fish, dude. The whole next video I probably film is gonna be on this when I make it down to the Florida Keys. For now, that's your sneak peek of some of the what I've been doing while I've been down here in Florida. Right now, let's keep driving back to the Keys though, and we'll finish off the final year of adventure. This fish below me is bigger than I am. Look at that. Look at that thing. That's like 7 feet long and I have no idea what it is. It is Christmas Day today in the Keys, December 25th. And it's amazing to think about all the things that I've been able to do along with your support on this year adventure. I mean, I've gone to Lake Tahoe, I've gone to Olympic National Forest in Washington, I've been to the Northeast, I've been to all 4 corners of the country now, California, Washington, Maine, and now here in Florida Keys, Key West, at the most southern point of the country. I've also been to Alaska and Hawaii, so I've done the continental United States almost as well as I can do it now. That's pretty amazing to say. Oh, it's been incredible. It's been incredible. There's a lot more adventure to do here, but I think I'm going to end this video a little early right now because next year, 2022, I'm going to get an early start on doing a little bit of snorkeling here in the Keys. So hopefully chartering a boat, going out to some of the reefs here. It's going to be a really exciting thing, but this does it for the year of adventure. Final thoughts that I would have to anybody who's maybe considering living in their car, maybe considering going across the country, maybe considering a whole lifestyle change and going, is you gotta be the one that goes first. There's so many people that'll tell you, oh, you need to be careful, you need to worry about this, that. Most of it ends up being nonsense. There's some things that are true, and there are some things that you do have to worry about, do have to be careful about. But if you don't do it, you never will. So if you're considering doing anything like this, man, I mean, I've been to 31 states this year, 2 separate countries. I've gone to Spain, I've been all over the US, and now I'm at the most beautiful white sand beach that I may ever see. This is about as good as I think it gets. So if you're considering it, you gotta go. You gotta go. You'll be amazed at the things you see. This does it for Year of Adventure number 12, the final episode in the Year of Adventure series. I'll see you in 2022.